Okay, well, this looks far more important. I don't know. I'm feeling like we should go back and check the other route and see where that leads. So I'm gonna wrap back around, and yeah, I guess I won't bring you guys along the whole way. Okay, I'll bring you back in a second here. I do want to save, though. Yeah, so this is called Underground Ruins 2. Right, and the other one actually led us back to Underground Ruins 1, I believe. Just somewhere over there. But the other side is Underground Ruins 4, which makes me wonder where Underground Ruins 3 is. Like, why would it be 4 and 2? Where the hell is 3? Why wouldn't I be able to access 3 before 4? Doesn't make sense. Who came up with this? Oh, I should stop at the item stash thing, which I think is over here. Okay. Something weird happened. Oh, we have 2 miracles as well for some reason. Let's stash one of these miracles. Yeah, something weird happened here, because it should be 9-9. Did I use some items that I don't remember using? Huh. I don't really know what happened. Well, it's possible I just accidentally kept... Because I had, like, a whole bunch of panaceas, and I only really was like, I just need one, really, right? Okay, why is this place so foreboding? Oh, well, I don't really need to do that. Yeah, we're gonna explore this. I also need to, okay, 2 things stand out. One, I don't know where Underground Ruins 3 is. The other thing is that,
Gadwin's secret move.
you saw when we went back to Underground Ruins 1, where the doorway to the, you know, the other area, where we fought the boss, right? When we went into that green, like, doorway. That place was marked as Underground Ruins 1, but we could see below that there was, like, money down there, and so that's the other thing I need to kind of figure out how to get that. We got an all seed, okay. Hello. Oh man, okay. Yeah, so I was talking about Among Us, wasn't I? Yeah, man, I don't know. It's like
Dragon King Slice.
It's like yesterday I was editing these and I was like, this is good. This is okay. I kind of have to like push myself to do it, because sometimes it's like I'm watching it. I'm like, it makes me so uncomfortable. I just like I look at it. I'm like, oh God, why am I like this? Why am I so like I don't know, just uncomfortable. Awkward, I guess is the thing. I feel like sometimes I sound like angry, and like, why do I sound like that? Because I'm not angry. While I'm playing, I feel like I'm very jovial, and then like I watch it back and I'm like, God, I sound like I'm pissed off about something. I don't know why. Like that whole interaction, I think with that was actually fine. I think at the beginning of the episode. When I watch it back, it seems worse and worse on playthroughs, because I'm like, oh, Wow, why am I so rude? Oh wait, that wasn't it. What is with this place? I thought this would be a whole lot more than it was. Okay. I feel like I'm missing something big here, you know? But it might just wrap back around. It's possible. I'm gonna, I guess I should have just gone that way first, huh? Guess I should have just gone that way first. But I was like, that's 4, so I'll come back and do that later. If that's like supposed to be a later section. That was my logic. That was my logic for that. Hold on. Did I check like where this goes? Oh, it just wraps around. Oh, okay. That's just all stupid and pointless. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. There were actually, like, during that lobby, while we were in there, I made 2 jokes that I cut out. I only included that one interaction because I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. But like, the joke is at my expense because I'm incredibly... I guess I should explain, like, what I was saying there. So basically... She's like, oh, Wes, I know you. I think I've played with you before. But the thing is, I had played with her before, and we're friends on Discord. Like, she added me after we played, and I've actually I've DM'd her on Discord. So it's like, yeah, we know each other, like, we're friends. That was what I was saying, was like, we're friends on Discord, but I didn't want to, like, I don't know why I said it in the way I did. Because I didn't want to say we're friends on Discord, because, I don't know, I didn't want to expose myself, I guess. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. What I just said made no sense at all. Yeah, we're friends on Discord. So that's what I meant when I said that. So it's it was kind of supposed to be like, it was supposed to be like blunt, I guess, but I thought it sounded more joking than it really did in the playback, I guess. So you know, my delivery on certain things isn't that great, but it was late in the night, like I said, and like probably towards the end of that. Like, I've got an hour, maybe 2 left in that recording, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna use any of it. So like, ooh, this. But yeah, that was basically what I was referencing there. And I'm glad she made fun of it. I think that was her. I couldn't tell who actually said that. But I guess there's no context of like the game. So the game in which I played with her originally, like, that was part of the dynamic, was like I was kind of mean to her. I was just kind of a dick to her, but she was like, well, am I going the right way? So there was a round where I might have talked about this before. There was a round where like, I was playing with Trevor and this other guy who we had like kind of made friends with, I guess, in the lobby. And the whole game they were like following me around, and like Trevor was saying, I love you. He's trying to he's like, I love you, say it back. He kept following me around, trying to make me say it. I'm like, I don't want to, just leave me alone. And then like she came up to me and she was like, Wes, I want to tell you something. Come with me. And when she came up, I was like, what? Like, I forget what I said exactly, but I was like, She's like, oh, fine, all right. And I had to like, I had to go apologize. I was like, I'm sorry. Everyone's just bothering me. Everyone's following me around. I'm sorry. But that kind of became like the dynamic, you know. It was kind of a funny joke to like just be very blunt and mean with her. Yeah, anyways, that's the context. I feel like the context might have been necessary there. Without the context, it's a little, just seems like I'm kind of being a dick for no reason. Which is supposed to be the joke, I guess, and now maybe I'm over-explaining it and ruining the joke. This is the Medal of Knowledge. Justin, you know what to do. We did it. We got the Medal of Knowledge. Okay, everybody, next stop, Alen. I guess that's it. Okay, well, you know, I am now confused about where Underground Ruins 3 is. Underground Ruins Shrine 1. Underground Ruins Shrine 2. So this isn't Underground Ruins 3. Where's Underground Ruins 3, dude? Dude, you can't do this to me, man. Like, what if there isn't an Underground Ruins 3? What if it's just a big troll? What if I'm just being trolled right now? They're just like, ha, this will infuriate somebody. And this fucking money down there, man, I can't. You just can't. You know, you simply can't. Okay, so there's the big tower. So I should be able to get there from Underground Ruins 4. I don't know. I might have to spend a bit of time, like, wandering around trying to figure this one out. This is a bit of a mystery to me. Yeah, I'm gonna do that and try to bring you back whenever that happens. If I find anything. Oh, never mind. Something's wrong. The last time we passed here, I'm sure the floor was moving. Justin, look! Mullen, how long must I wait? Have you not found it yet? I've made all possible efforts, General, but we still have not found any trace. Shrine's door was open. That means the Chosen One is here. Wherever the Chosen One is, that is where the Spirit Stone will be. You know that as well as I do. Lean, come with me. With your permission, General Ball, let me point out that Lieutenant Lean is serving as my vital aide-de-camp. Without her, the search may be delayed. Mullen, sometimes I wonder if you really want to find the Spirit Stone. What? How can you say that, General? Spirit Stone is essential to Operation Yggdrasil. I am fully aware of the importance of my mission. Good. Then continue your search, and you won't have any objection to Lean's assistance, will you? Continue your search for the Spirit Stone. Lean, we depart. Yes, sir, General Ball. There's no time left. The honor of the Mullen Division is at stake. Go. Find the Spirit Stone. I must find the Spirit Stone before Father does. I must. Are those losers still searching for the Spirit Stone? And man, wasn't he at the Tower of Doom too? Ball? What is he gonna do with Lean? Let's not get caught, eh? I think we should find another way around. True. Alright, well. Whew. Alright. I was starting to get spooked. I was like, I'm gonna have to search this place very thoroughly. Alright, apparently not. Apparently that was supposed to be how it is. So surely this will lead me to Underground Ruins 3? Or it'll just go back to 4. So, can we go down here? Hey, you guys, I think we can go down from here. Okay, I'll go first. Be careful, everybody. Okay, let's go. Dope. There it is, Underground Ruins 3. Alright. No longer anything else to fret about. I don't like the look of those. I feel like some great force is looking this way. Is it just my imagination? It's a maybe not your imagination, Bella. Look on those doors. The golems, they are said to be in this shrine. If they start to move, even the Garlisle forces are gonna be history. Start to move, but they're just pictures. Right now, pictures. They have been sealed until the time comes. But hey, I only tell you what the legends say. Everyone, don't you think we had better get going? Garlisle forces are behind us. And besides, I don't like it here. True. Alright, well, we're saving again. Yeah, so the first round of Among Us, I feel like the first round of that was... I felt a little bad about killing an AFK person at the beginning, but I was like, well, I'll get away with that. It's a bit of a questionable thing, but it's just like, I don't know. Like, people kill me AFK all the time. It's not something I think too much about, you know? It's like, I don't care if you do that. Don't move, Justin. Mullen, just hand over your spirit stone or I'll have to... What a pain you guys are. What is it with the spirit stone anyway? It's for your own good. You don't know the danger you're really in. I'll ask you one more time. Give me the spirit stone, Justin. Ask all you want. You're the last person I'll give it to. You leave me no choice. If you won't give it willingly, I'll have to take it by force. Is that so? Come and get it then. Wait, stop it, both of you. Why do you have to fight? Can't we work things out somehow? But Fina, work things out? He's trying to take the spirit stone. Huh? What's that? The ground. It can't be. No, he can't. If he uses them, many soldiers will die. Father, have you lost your senses? Steady, steady lean. The seal over the golems is just about to break. Next, we'll deal with Chosen One and finally obtain the Spirit Stone. Ha ha ha. Oh, Colonel Mullen, eh? It's pathetic, like his mother. He'd have lived if he hadn't stuck his nose into the search for the Spirit Stone. But I'm afraid he is no longer useful. The shrine will be his grave. No, Colonel Mullen. You mean to disobey me? How interesting. And futile. Herr Mullen. Uh-oh. Wow. Hurry, retreat. Look out, Justin is crumbling. Look out. Mullen. Fina, this way, now. But what about Mullen? Can't do anything. Move it, Fina, now. Fina, you must come now. Yes. Hey, it's dangerous here too. We had better move it. True. Off we go. And we're here now. There's stuff down there that I want to get. I can't just not get that stuff, you know? I have to get it. Do you understand me? Sorry. Pow Seed increases strength. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else I wanted to say about that? Oh, right. In between the meetings, there were like two jokes I made that I don't know if they went over super well. Well, actually, one of them wasn't a joke. It was just something I said that I was like, oh, wow, I didn't mean it that way. Basically, there was somebody that joined that was in the Discord, and their name in Discord was Boring Megan. So I made this joke. I was like, you guys, Megan seems kind of boring, don't you guys think? It was a dumb joke. Like, it's just her name in the Discord. But it just didn't go over well. I think somebody was... I'm pretty sure somebody told me to shut up. It's like I just joined. And then during the game, if you pay attention to the first like round, they'll talk about how Megan left, and it's like, yeah, she just couldn't handle it. I'm like, oh no, is this my fault? Like, it's her name in the Discord. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. You know, I don't know if it's my fault, but oh boy, look at this. Look at this. That's not right. I felt very uncomfortable about that, though. I regret making the joke. I don't know if I should, you know, feel super bad about it, because, like, it's a very, like, you know? Like, it seems like a pretty harmless joke, but, like, it's just the situation, the circumstance of the things that happened afterwards that I'm like, well, now I kind of just feel like an asshole. So that was one of them. And then the other one was, it was something I didn't intend, but I basically said, they asked me if, because I think I was red or something. I think I was red, and somebody asked me if they could have red, and I was like, well, can I have pink? And she's like, no. And then they were like talking about, like, I don't know how they like pink. They're like, oh, I'm really attached to pink.
What a cinch!
And then another girl was like, yeah, I really like pink too. And I said, I also really like pink. And, you know, I feel like it might have been taken in the wrong way, but, because I literally just, I don't know, you know, I don't know. I just meant that I like the color. I didn't really think too much about I didn't really think too much about it, but then, like, in editing, I'm watching it back, I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god, I think they...
Secret move.
I think that wasn't taken in the way that I meant it. I think the implication was a little bit odd there. If you know what I mean. I'm not gonna explain it. I don't know. It's just like in hindsight, I'm like, not sure if I should have said that. But I really didn't mean it that way. I just didn't realize, I guess, what I was saying. But yeah, that's it. I don't know. I kind of got the vibe that I was being a little bit of an asshole, though, in that first recording, which is why I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep the rest of it. I have to go through it, and it's always like a whole thing for me to like go through. I'm like, oh god, what am I gonna stumble upon next? What's the next thing I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe I said that. What is this? There's a golem here too. There sure is, but it isn't moving anymore. Run by, we can make it. I thought the second round was really good, but I don't know if the ending comes off as me. Wait, Justin, wait. What is it? What? Oh, fuck. No. Rap, Guido.
What's wrong? Fina! Fina!
What's wrong, Fina?
Justin! My body! So hot! Can't take it! My body! It's burning!
Fina!
All right,
oh, no.
Fina.
Fina!
My sister! What? Lean! Help!
Are they both? Are they both Akarian? Are they connected?
This feeling. It feels like some enormous power is beginning to move. That can't be. Nothing can resist the power of the Akarians.
Except another Akarian. Yeah.
there were one more.
Ah, yeah.
Fina! Fina!
They really are both Akarian. Okay. Fina, Rap, Guido. Where are you? Answer me. Oh. Justin solo campaign? Oh, god damn it. It's because I have just Justin now that I can't. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Can I discard the warp shoe? I don't want it. I have an extra panacea as well. Oh, I can't believe this shit. This is always the worst thing that happens, is like when you take my party members away, you take away all of my inventory space. I could at least sell the warp shoe. I'm gonna get rid of this additional panacea. I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do here. So I need party members in order to just carry stuff. More importantly, I always forget about that. Okay, we do have a stash. I'm just gonna stash everything. Fuck it. I probably should have just done that in the first place. And then I have full inventory space to pick up whatever the heck I want. Ah, we'll save it. We'll stash it for now. We don't need it. Save it for when we have full party members. I was wondering about that earlier. Was you know, it was revealed that Lean was an Ikarian, and then it was like, but she said it weird. Like, she mentioned how she's not the Lean you used to know, or as if she was saying she's not the real Lean. It was kind of confusingly worded that she was maybe somebody else other than the original Lean that Fina knew. So I wasn't sure if like she was a different person, or, you know, if she just meant that I'm different now than I was before because she's an Ikarian, or she's been, sure, her full background has been revealed, right? Which would imply that Fina must also probably be an Ikarian, but if she's not, then the other thing might be true. I don't know. It was just very confusing. But now we know. But yeah, the end of, sorry, what's the name of this place that I'm walking into? Underground Ruins B2, okay. The end of the second round, I feel like, is either gonna be entertaining, like really funny, or like really annoying. I can see it both ways. Like, I don't know. When I was first watching it, I was like, ah, it's kind of funny. But at the same time, I'm like, well, is it also annoying? I don't know how people were reacting, like, that were dead. But, like, I can imagine them kind of screaming at me or something. Because I wasn't... I don't know. I wasn't taking it very seriously. I knew fully well what I was doing, but and then when I got to the point where I'm like, oh, well, I'm actually not going to be able to... like, people are just going to think it's me, I think. Like, the original intention was to do both, was to, like, you know, kind of, you know, play it off, but also, like, be like, okay, well, I'm joking, it's him, but I don't, it just didn't work that way. It just made it sound like it was me. It's very funny, though. Yeah, anyways. I'm kind of spoiling the whole episode. I feel like I like to do this though. I feel like providing context is like fun for me. I'm just gonna keep using this because I want to master it.
Gatwin's secret move. Dragon King Slice.
Yeah. And I also was going through the modded recording, and I feel like I skipped 2 games. I skipped a couple games in the first one as well, like including the games where Shriver and Jason both left. After there were like a couple, like 2 or 3 games I skipped because they just weren't, like, I didn't do anything. There was a lot going on in the background because I was hosting and I was trying to figure out a Discord situation, and it was just messy. Like, I wasn't participating very much in the game, and like I was gonna use one where like Shriver was kind of in a battle with somebody that was accusing him the whole time, and then I had nothing to do with it because I was dead. Like, I was like this first or second person killed, so I don't know. There just wasn't a lot to use, and then I ended up using that, the one where we joined the new lobby. It was just me and Punder and Shriver and Jason left, so that's why they're not in that one. But it is the same night, so you know.
Gatwin's secret move. Dragon King Slice.
I don't think I have any more recordings currently with Jason or Shriver in them, so if you're looking forward to seeing more of them, I don't know if that's gonna happen, at least in Among Us, because I don't feel like any of them really, like, I know Jason for sure hates the LFG. Like, he doesn't like it, he doesn't like playing in it, so I don't know if he'll ever really go back and do it again. Shriver might, I don't know. Shriver's hard to get a hold of and stuff like this. But we're returning to our Frogger series. I'm planning on trying to record it this weekend, so maybe either tomorrow or Sunday. But I don't really know if I'm going to be able to, because I'm going fishing with my dad tomorrow, and like, I don't think he wants to do Sunday. So I don't know. Shriver's a hard person to get a hold of. He's like, you know, online games, it's difficult to get him. And I feel like when we were recording Frogger initially, I think we were doing it during the week, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we did do it on Saturdays, but I just don't recall super well. It was a whole year ago. It's over a year ago at this point. So yeah. This place is very maze-like. Okay, there's a couple of these gem rooms I've noticed. Does this gem mean anything? Don't really know what I'm looking for here. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, when we were playing Overwatch about two or 3 weeks ago, not the one I was talking about earlier, but like he was there for a little bit, but he only kind of just chatted with us before like going off and doing other things. I don't know what he does. He's a very mysterious guy. It seems like he does a lot because he's always busy. He's always off doing something else. I have no clue. I have no clue. I couldn't tell you. But it makes me feel like I'm wasting my life away or something. Like, I don't have enough going on, you know. Like, I need to be doing more. I need to be busier most of the time. So people think I have a life or something. I'm not very busy most of the time. So I don't know what he does. He doesn't talk about it very much. I know he's got like a girlfriend or something, but I don't know how much he spends. Maybe he just spends a lot of time with his girlfriend. I don't really know. Maybe we'll ask him when he's on the show. I'm not gonna do that, but maybe if he watches this back, he can comment and tell everyone what he does. I don't think he'll watch this. I don't think any of my friends have watched any of the Grandia episodes. Most people, Grandia has been one of the... Nobody really watches it, and I get it because it's like really long. Nobody I personally know is gonna watch any of these, so... Which is fine. I don't mind. I still have fun playing the game and like just talking. But yeah.
Gadwin's secret move. Dragon King Slice.
Oh yeah, but the last game of modded Among Us,
What a cinch.
I threw out like 2 rounds of that. Because nothing really happened. It was just chaotic. There was something I could have used there, but I ended up not. And, I don't know. It's just chaos. It's like, I don't know if I can make much out of it. I don't even know what happened on that round, but I thought it was kind of it was a memorable round, I felt like. I was Jester, and somehow I got killed by the sheriff, which I don't think that's how that's supposed to work. And she just went on a killing spree and was like killing everybody.
All right, we won.
I think it was glitched for her or something. Because she was killing everybody. So she killed me and I wasn't an imposter. I don't think you're supposed to be able to kill the sheriff. Or kill the jester. But I was kind of bummed out. But I was trying to talk to her because usually, like if she's imposter, a ghost can hear imposter. So I assumed she must have been the imposter, right? But she wasn't. And that was very confusing and weird. But she ended up winning the round kind of single-handedly. Who the fuck? Where are you? What? Why are these guys back? Oh, this usually doesn't happen. Alright, well this might be a problem. Okay, well I can't use Dragon Cut anymore, but whatever. Man. Yeah, but I guess that's the tall and short of it with the Among Us episode.
All right,
I might
we
be running
won.
it out of footage altogether. I think from the second recording I still have a fair bit to use, but we'll go through. I don't know if it's going to be a game that we play much of again. Because in my friend group, I've got like 1 or 2 people that are still kind of... Like Trevor maybe will play it with me again. Punder, I don't really know. I feel like she's been, you know, she's been happy to play with us pretty much every time we've played. So she might. I don't really know. She hasn't said anything about kind of getting sick of it or anything. But you know, we'll see. I just don't know. Trevor might be getting sick of it. I know he talked about like modded. He's like, if we don't change it up soon, I'm gonna stop playing. You know, which is why we started doing proximity chat and the LFG and stuff. And then we did modded recently, so.
All right, we won.
Yeah, I don't know. If he's getting bored of it, I feel like he'll be blunt about it, and he would get bored of it. He wouldn't just want to keep playing something he doesn't want to keep playing for a while. And I don't know how I personally feel about it, honestly, because playing modded just seemed like absolute chaos to me. The airship map doesn't add much to the game. It's the same thing. It's just the same game. The only thing that's really appealing about it is the social aspect for me, and
All right, we won.
it just kind of is what it is at any given time, so it's either good or it's bad, and there's not much in between there. Wait, I'm confused now. Why did the monsters respawn anyways? It's fucking annoying. Yeah.
Gadwin's secret move. Dragon King Slice.
But,
What a cinch.
I still like it. I don't know. I can understand people not, like, I can understand us kind of being on the tail end of it, though, because Like, we've been playing it for probably half a year at this point. And so I can understand everybody just being like, eh, I'm done. Like, most everybody I know has been like that, like I said. I only rely on 2 other people, and problem for me though is like I'd be fine with it, I guess, if we had something else to play, but we just, it's so difficult to find anything that everybody enjoys. I mean, and that was a game that I really liked. There's a lot of stuff I really don't much care for. Like, I don't know if I'd want to play something like, because I know, like, Valorant's really big now. I've thought about, like, I've kind of spoken about, like, how I might be interested in, like, going back and trying it out again, because I personally felt like maybe I was a little hard on it. Trevor said I didn't give it a chance, which I don't really agree with. It was exactly what it was. You know, I don't feel like I liked it at the time, but maybe it's better now, is really how I feel about it. But I still think I still don't think I was really wrong about it. It's just Counter-Strike mixed with Overwatch abilities, and then the abilities just, I don't think they were really well implemented at the time. But I've watched other people play it, and I'm like, it looks different from what I remember. So maybe it's okay now, but again, the other issue is I just don't really like games like that. I'm not big into, like, really competitive, reflex-based shooters and stuff like that. It's just not really my thing. Because I can't bring myself to care about it. And that's the big problem, is, like, it's just been, I don't know, I guess it's just my whole life, like, everybody I know has been into games like this, and, like, Call of Duty and, like, Halo, and it's always been this, like, twitch reflex, point and click the head, you know, like, whoever's fastest at doing it, and everybody's very proud of their abilities, but I just don't, I just don't care. I don't feel like I can match everybody that's been playing this stuff, like, their entire lives, so I'm like, well, I just want to have fun, mostly, and so I value that most. Like, if I'm having a good time, if everybody's like, will kind of let me be bad at the game for a little while, but if everybody kind of expects me to play at a high level and really take the game seriously, it just takes me right out of it. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna do that. At least not while you're like pressuring me to do so. Just let me have fun with it first and foremost, and then, because I felt like that's what Overwatch kind of was, and that's why I feel like I was able to ease into Overwatch a lot nicer, was because it was so different. None of us really knew what we were doing, so like I could pick up a character like D.Va and just like mess around and have fun, and then I felt like we were playing it so much that I got good at the character, and you know, like, that's what I need, is I need that sort of setting. I need that time to, like, mess around and not take the game seriously, and if I'm not given that time, it's just I just usually hate it. I just usually dislike the game. I don't have fun, and I need to have fun, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining myself well, but that's just what I mean. If I could have fun with Valorant for a little bit, but it's fully competitive, so you just have to have that high skill level, like, just going into it, and I don't know if I can, I just don't know if I can do that. I feel like I have it in me, but again, I have to really care about it, and I've just fucking left on accident again. Ugh! All the enemies are gonna respawn! I hate this stupid place! Ugh! God damn it! Where am I going? I keep wandering around, and I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Gonna try to avoid battles here. There's a bunch of gems. I don't know what the gems are about. Oh, wait. Seriously? So it's just here the whole time? Okay, well, I feel comfortable that I've probably explored that area enough. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like like I feel like that expectation's kind of always there that like if I'm not like trying my absolute best to win, if I'm not like try-harding, everybody's like
Dragon King Slice.
really hard on me, I feel like. And they're like, oh, he's not trying, he's just throwing a game. You know what I mean?
What a cinch.
I don't know. Just need to take it easy. I was actually playing Apex. Like, I thought it'd be fun to, like, play Apex after... I think I was playing Phasmophobia with somebody, and it was, like, late at night, and I saw somebody else playing Apex. And I was like, oh, I'll just join this game. And so I did, and I played really badly. Because like, because I thought it was just for fun, but now he doesn't want me to play it with him anymore. And I'm, like, really... offended by that. I'm like, well, okay, well, I wasn't like trying very hard, but like I potentially can play the game well. It's not that like I'm bad at the game. I feel like that's just always the assumption is like, oh, he's just bad at the game, he needs to learn how to play the game. I'm like, no, it's not that, it's just I was messing around. I was trying not to take, like, I wasn't taking it seriously. But he's literally like, no, go into training mode and like figure it out. I'm like, are you serious? I know how to play this stupid game. It's just I don't care about it. That's the problem. It's always the competitive shooters, man, that everybody has this weird attitude about. Like it's the most important fucking thing ever, and I just don't. I can't care on that emotional level. I don't know. I'm just ranting at this point. This is a very like personal thing. I don't know. It's just I don't know a lot of people that would like play something like that with me and not take it super seriously. I feel like it's just everybody I know. It's like this is the most important thing ever, and if you don't try really hard, you're throwing. It's upsetting, man.
We won!
Which is what makes me resistant to play games like that, like Valorant. I don't know if I'd be having fun playing Valorant. I just don't know if I would. I'd be willing to try it, but I feel like I'm already anticipating having a bad time doing it. So I'm like setting myself up for failure. I'm like, this is already gonna be bad. This is already not gonna be fun for me at all. So I don't know what else we could play. Like, anything that I could play with my friends, it's gotta be something that's, like, not too try-hardy, you know? That's just, like, a kind of casual game. That's the only thing I feel like I can reasonably enjoy with other people.
What a cinch.
I mean, well, we played Overwatch that one day, and it was actually, like, a lot of fun, because I keep getting fucking turned around in this place. Everything looks the same. Okay, apparently I haven't been this way. Like, we were doing the archive missions, and we were playing the challenge ones. And we were, like, we were killing it, like, we did some of the harder ones, like the headshot only one we did, and it was a lot of fun, and it felt like we were, you know, there was good synergy. We were all doing the right thing. We were all picking good characters and stuff, which I mean was partly why it hurt so much. Our after discussion, you know, was like I feel like I feel like I did well. I was assisting, you know, I was doing the right stuff. We were all, you know, there was good synergy. And then to, like, accuse me of something that, it was just like, come on, man. Act like I'm some kind of terrible player. Just hurts, you know? Terrible, selfish player. I am not. But it's like that's the exact kind of thing that, like, makes me hate this type of game. Is like, you know, how negative people can be in it, and like how seriously people take it. Like, it's not the end of the world if we don't win every single time. It's not a huge deal. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we might win the next game, like, but, you know, it's always somebody's fault if we lose. I don't like that attitude so much. Like, well, somebody's gotta win, somebody's gotta lose. It's either gonna be us or them. It's not necessarily anybody's fault. And it's more important, I think, that we have fun than we win. Anyways, I don't know. Am I ranting about shit again? I don't want to be too negative again.
There.
Just thoughts that go through my head when I play stuff.
All right, we
Yeah,
won.
I just don't know. I don't know what we could play that, like, would be fun. Like, we had fun playing Divinity Original Sin 2. I feel like there were some issues I had with that, though, that while we were playing, but overall, it was fine. Overall, it was fun. Dumb bat. Let's see what else we got here.
What a cinch.
Power Rangers. I read the Power Rangers comic a little bit. It's pretty cool. There's the Power Rangers lost their powers, and the Green Ranger, Tommy, I believe is his name. I get confused between the Red Ranger is Jason, I think, and then Tommy is the Green Ranger. But he still has his connection to the dragon, or the Dragon Sword, and like his Power Ranger abilities. He still has them, but the other Power Rangers lost them because he gets his powers some other way through like a different connection to the Zords, whatever. I don't know. Power Ranger lore, dude. It's just great. And then he's like, what if I split my power between all of you guys? And then he has to like give up his ability to use the power, be a Power Ranger for now, and just allow them. Like, it was a nice moment of selflessness because he's kind of dealing with some shit. And it was a nice like team building thing of like, I'm gonna trust you guys that you can win this. I'm gonna give my powers for you. And that's what he did. Mullen, it's you! But now they're all green. And it's really cool. Fina, where is she? Justin, so you survived. What have you done with Fina? Answer me, Mullen. Justin, listen to me. Take the Spirit Stone and escape now. Huh? What do you mean? Just tell me where Fina is. I can't explain now. Just get out of here. Go. Escape from here now. Hey, I hear voices. No, in here. Colonel Mullen, you survived. Yes, I'm fine. Never mind me. How was the rescue operation going? Sir, there are many men trapped under the rubble. All personnel have been assigned to rescue and medical detail. Colonel, I don't understand. Why did General Ball bring us into this disaster? That's enough. I will take this matter up with the General myself. Where is General Ball? He's returned to the Grandeur, sir, with the Icarian girl. I believe she is called Fina. What? Did you say Fina? Delay recovery of the Spirit Stone. Get to the Grandeur before it leaves. Yes, Colonel. What? They have Fina? We must save her. We must. We simply must. Okay, this is wacky. Oh, I guess we're done here. I guess we leave. Okay. This was a really cool dungeon. I had a lot of fun here. Where the hell are we? Wait, what is that? Did we really need to take a secret entrance in Zilpadon if the ruins are like so apparent out here? Apparently not. I mean, they just wandered in. I may not have succeeded in getting that Spirit Stone, but I can console myself with another Icarian. Ha ha. Mullen, you should be happy. Our plan is one step closer to completion. General Ball, we have lost half our soldiers underneath that mountain of rubble. What will you do about it? Half our soldiers? Bah. I shall fly in the Grandeur to J-Base, the castle where Gaia sleeps. We have been fortunate enough to obtain this girl. Let us hurry and make a present of her to Gaia. You will take the battleship Lion Lot. Join me once you have withdrawn the troops. Understood, Mullen? Yes, General. Where am I running to? Damn. Fina! Blast! How can I get to her? How can I get to her? Justin! Oh, maybe Lean? Rap Guido. What? Huh? What is that? Have you not seen a flying manta before? I stashed it just in case. Justin, hello. Get on. We gotta go rescue Fina, alright? Right, we're coming, Fina. Why do I always forget Rap's accent? It's like a New Yorker. Hey, speed. Rap. It's also kind of like Meowth. Meowth, that's right. Heh, how intriguing. So Lean has a younger twin sister. Yet it makes sense, come to think of it. The ancients made Icarian statues of four-armed women. They meant to represent twin sisters, and you are, indeed, another Icarian. No, I'm just a person. Let me go. What are you afraid of, girl? You will be part of Operation Yggdrasil, the greatest step in human evolution. I'll never help you. Justin will come and take care of you. Justin? Is that the name of the boy who has the last piece of the Spirit Stone? Coming to save you, is he? You shall be dealt with soon, and I will obtain the Spirit Stone. Justin will beat you. He's much, much stronger than you are. My, how energetic you are, my dear. But we will take care of that. In time, you will obey as Lean obeys me now. Stay away from me. What are you going to do to me? What's that noise? Huh? Justin! Oh man. Are we infiltrating the Garlisle airship? Oh man, the stakes. The stakes. Holy crap. Rap, Guido, hold on. I'm taking her up. Uh-huh. Oh no! Our stingray friend. Whoa! Whoa! This is just like Sonic Adventure. Whoa! Eggman! Guido, are you alright? Well, I felt a bit. Justin, tell me why it is. I'm always falling down when you're here. Hey, Rap, quit napping, okay? Some people might be worried about their friend at a time like this. Stupid pile of junk. I oughta just trash the whole ship. Not yet, Rap. First we have to find Fina. Then you can trash all you want. Okay. Only a little trash. Until we find Fina, I got it. Anyway, Ragazzi, we cannot do nothing if we knock you inside. Okay, look for Fina and watch your backs, too. He does have a little bit of Italian. He says Italian things all the time. So I think the Mario-esque is good. I think we've got a good accent for him. Rap really, like, when he actually talks, does not sound like a New Yorker at all. So I'm definitely taking some liberties there, but I don't care. Okay? I also don't care. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about with Power Rangers, though, was, I was actually talking to we had a conversation the other day, and I was mentioning how, like, I still read comic books and stuff, and they're like, well, are you reading anything that doesn't have superheroes in it? And I had to think about that for a second. I was like, interesting question. Okay, I should use these. Should I wait to get Fina? But no, we're gonna use them now. We have 3. Sorry, let me just do this first. Max MP. All right. Okay, let's stash a bunch of shit. Yeah, I'm gonna stash. I'm gonna do my little thing again. I'm gonna shake my little toes. Okay, sorry. On the catwalk. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna try to use these. So I've got a strength seed. These are the ones I stashed away earlier, if you remember that. I forgot about them. The other one is wit. Oops. Everything seems to go to Guido here. I'm just boosting the shit out of him. It's because he's the lowest level. Alright, that's it. Okay. That's all sorted. Now I guess we just continue on. Yeah, so I was talking about to them, and they're like, you know anything that's not superhero, right? Any comic books that aren't superhero? I had to think about it, because there's a bunch that I read that aren't Marvel or DC, that are just like based on TV shows or something else. And obviously the first one I think of is Power Rangers. I'm like, does Power Rangers count? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh. Because I guess I don't really think of that in the same vein as like a superhero comic book, but I guess it is. But then it's like, then it comes to mind like what else kind of would count as a superhero thing, you know? I'm gonna use this, fuck it. I don't want these anymore. I want to get rid of them. We're just using items. I'm wasting them. I don't care. I could use Tremor. Ah, fuck it. We'll save it for the boss. I want to use the grenade, though. I don't want to have that anymore. See how much it sucks? Ow. I feel like we're so slow. I'm just gonna... No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm using Doppelgang. So I was like going through in my head, I'm like, well, what else do I have? I have Power of the Dark Crystal, which is like the closest thing I think I have to not being a superhero thing. It's like the only one that I'm like, oh yeah, that one's not. But like I read a whole bunch. Like Buffy, I guess arguably Buffy counts as a superhero kind of thing, even though it's not really.
All right, we won.
But I could see the idea there. I read Steven Universe, and again, that could kind of be interpreted as superhero. That's a tough one, you know? It's like there's a lot of things that can kind of be interpreted that way. It's just like an exceptional person that has some ability that's like above average, and that's just how you make a character that's interesting in any way, you know? So, if there's nothing interesting about the character or peculiar about them, like iZombie I've added to my thing. Does that count? She's a zombie that's a person. She has her consciousness, but she's a zombie. Like, is that a superhero thing? I don't know. Does Hellblazer count? It's in the DC universe, but it's like...
What a cinch.
Constantine doesn't really have superpowers. He's just extremely skilled at, you know, the arcane, I guess. Demons and shit. He just is knowledgeable. But then, like, if that doesn't count, there's a lot of other arguments you could kind of make, like, is Daredevil a superhero? Comic book? I don't know, man. You see what I'm getting at here, though? It's like, it's very... doesn't really mean much. I'm reading Sonic. I have a Sonic comic from Boom Studios. Does that count? He's Sonic. He moves fast. I don't know, man. I added Bone and Saga to my thing as well. I'm trying to... I read Bone. I don't know how I came across Bone. My dad had it, and so I read the first like graphic novel, and it's really funny. It's a really funny like graphic novel. It's very raunchy too. I really liked it, and I always wanted to read more of it. But now I kind of have the opportunity, whereas I don't really know that I did before. It was hard to find. And then at some point I just stopped looking for it.
What a cinch.
That one's not. I've added Why the Last Man. I want to read some of that. Walking Dead? I have Walking Dead on there. I just don't know if I want to admit that to them. I feel like they... They're always talking about how terrible it is. At least the show. It's okay. Which they've only seen like a second season. They're like, I really went downhill in the second season. Like, alright, well, you give up on things fast. Doctor Who. I have some Doctor Who comics. Does that count? I don't know, man. I don't know what counts. I don't know what counts there. I don't know. I feel like...
Not bad,
anyways. I'm also reading Blue Beetle, which I have no experience with. But I did like the, I liked the last one I read. It was kind of interesting, because they went and interacted with a lot of these other, like, weird... I don't know who they were. Some, like, super... They were kind of, like, mutant-esque, I guess. They just were weird. They had powers in some way. He was just chatting with them, and it was kind of funny because they were just like so weird, and they were like messing with him, and then there was this one girl that was like just flirting with him and wouldn't leave him alone. And he was just like trying to get out of the conversation, like get away from her, but she kept following him around and then like gaslighting him about it. He's like trying to, he's like being rude to her or something. It was actually really funny. I think I like that one. But I didn't really get the premise very... I didn't really understand this character very well in the first 2 issues. But the more time I spend with it, the more I like it.
Gonna thrash you good.
Additionally, I'm still reading the Thanos comic. Fucking stellar comic. I like it quite a lot. Highly recommend. It's the 2016 one. I think there's a new one from like 2019. I haven't read that. But Thanos comic kind of came around the same time as like Infinity War. Like the movie was out. And you know, at kind of the peak of the popularity of where the character might be. And it's just a really interesting storyline of like Thanos is like dying. Like the whole universe knows who Thanos is. He's got that reputation of like being one of the most powerful and threatening entities in the universe. You don't mess with Thanos, right? And now he's dying of a sickness, and like everybody's just trying to take advantage of this fact and like finally take him out for good and make him pay for all the shit he's done to everybody. So it's just Thanos like trying to stay ahead of the situation. He's got a son. He's got this son Thane, who is like constantly living. He's got huge issues. And it's this whole thing that starts as them trying to kill Thanos for good. And Thanos trying to kind of find a cure, take back. It's fairly depressing at parts. It's kind of sad to watch him just become decrepit and like slowly die alone. It's really good though. It's got Nebula. It's got the I forget his name. Trico. I remember this character only from the Infinity Gauntlet series, or sorry, Thanos Quest, I believe, the like lead-in where he gets the Infinity Stones and he goes and takes on all these people. And I remember him being the like the champion or something, the champion of the universe, the gladiator, like just the strongest warrior in the entire universe. I think is the same character. And I think he got like the Power Stone or something from him. But that was what Thanos Quest was like, him going to all these different places and like picking up another Infinity Stone by just his power alone. So he defeats the champion of the universe and gets the Power Stone. It's fucking cool. I really honestly wish they kind of adapted the actual story a little closer, because it fully encompassed like the entirety of the Marvel universe and added some other stuff. Like the cosmic universe in the movies is really not. That's like my favorite place in the Marvel comics, is like the cosmic stuff, because there's just so much like out there. So in this, like they're bringing back. They've got Nebula. Nebula's great. She's just a badass. Fucking does whatever she wants. She's kind of a space pirate, basically. She goes around. She has a crew. She steals shit. She does questionable things. She's not really a good person.
What a cinch.
But she's really cool. Then there's I feel like she's undervalued in the MCU. They did not use her to her full potential. Like in the actual Infinity Gauntlet comic book, she ends up taking the gauntlet from Thanos, and they have to team up with Thanos to like actually take her down. She ends up becoming kind of the ultimate villain there. I don't know why they didn't do that, because it would have given her character so much more like value, I feel like, and they just like, nah, Like, screw you guys. Nebula's great. This is where, like, the cosmic stuff is where I thrive, man. Because one of my favorite Marvel series was the Adam Warlock series. He's one of my favorite Marvel characters, actually. I tried to find, like, a modern... There haven't been enough fucking Adam Warlock series, dude. I've tried to find one that's modern, and there aren't any. And it's, like, really sad. Because, like, I love that character so much, and I loved that series of him just, like, moving through...
Secret move. Dragon King Slice.
And, like, having this... He's super powerful, and then he faces this, like, dark, evil future version of himself. And he gets this crew of, like, a space elf. Is he... what is he? Like, he's, like, Mr. The dude from, like, Narnia, right? Little goat man. He's kind of like that. His name's Pip. Teamed up with him. He teamed up with Gamera. Like, that's just where all the cool shit happens. Star Fox. Star Fox probably a character that they're not going to use, which is sad. Star Fox is the brother of Thanos. He's been an Avenger. He's one of the few surviving sons of Titan. And so he has quite a vendetta against Thanos, but he's such an interesting character because he's kind of like how do I put this?
Dragon King Slice.
He's very like sly and like not really. He's kind of like slimy. He's like not a good person. He's a bit like slimy. I don't know. That's kind of the best word for it. He's not really a good hero, but he's powerful. And he just kind of does whatever the fuck he wants. He's definitely the guy that like goes and fucking goes into space and lives at like a whorehouse for a year or so. Goes and drinks and smokes and does whatever the fuck. He just disappears. You know, he's very self-centered. He's great. I actually really like him. When he's utilized correctly, because other times he can just kind of come off as like, God, I hate this guy so much. But he was an Avenger at some point, which just did not suit him whatsoever. But that's like that's where you get into the fun bits. It's like you imagine comic book heroes and they're like all the same. They're all like, well, I have to do the right thing and I have a responsibility to do this and this and this and that. And it's like, oh, here's this guy and he doesn't give a fuck about any of that. You know, or you have someone like the Punisher that just have like different ideals and that comes into conflict, you know? That's where it gets good. I need to heal. Yeah.
How about this?
And then the other's Trico, Nebula, and Thane. Thane's an interesting one. So Thane basically, just nobody cares about him. He gets like zero respect. He's kind of a joke to everybody because they're like, well, little baby Thanos who's nowhere near as powerful or as threatening in any way. So he just gets shat on. Nobody cares about Thane. He's honestly used quite often in the comics as kind of a joke character. I think he was used in come on. Yeah, fuck it. There you go. How do we have... Okay, well, I picked up a fucking battle helmet, apparently. picked up 3 fucking battle helmets, and they all are decent. Alright, well I gotta go back and fucking stash these, because I don't want them. I'm not even noticing that I'm getting this shit. Okay, this is the wrong way. There's a chest under there. Yeah, I think he was used in like a Deadpool comic at some point. I remember him being in like a Deadpool store. Or it might have been like Gwenpool. I'm not sure. They like use this character and they're like, oh, it's Thane, the son of Thanos. I think it was a Deadpool comic actually. Yeah, he's great though. We love him. We love him. We love Thane. Oh my god, they gave me so many frickin' RQST sets, RSQ sets. Really didn't need that many. I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. Just making sure there's not some other shit I can get rid of here. Stop giving me things. I don't need them. Please, I don't need 20 fucking RSQ sets, man. Like, it just, this game just fucking overloads me with items a lot of the time. It's like, oh, did you want 30 of these? No, I actually didn't. I actually don't need them at all. I barely use items. I really don't need them. Stop giving them to me. Anyways, yeah, Cosmic Universe, it's great. So I'm reading like Guardians of the Galaxy as well, and I just really like that stuff. If it's done really well, like Thor, the Cosmic Thor stuff, I think is really good too. It's kind of what I'm reading right now. It's like Jason Aaron's run on Thor. Now there's like a Phoenix-powered Wolverine, and he fought fucking... And you've got Ego, the living planet, and he's like powered by... power from like the Venom... the Venom god, basically, the symbiote god. I forget his name. It was fresh in my mind a while ago. I've talked about this already.